man. I don't believe we're in real life. Can't be in real life. Has to be a simulation or something. I'm sure a lot of you know who this young lady is. She's recently been all over TV and social media. She has quite an interesting story. Old GypGyp has been on Life After Lockup. She is out and she's trying to live her best life, celebrating her freedom from spending her entire life as a prisoner. Before she went to prison, she had unalived her mother, second degree, okay? With this young man, Nicholas. This is how she was. That's how she was disguising herself right there. You know, her and her mom had been putting on this scam. They were pretending that this girl was a little girl. By the time she went to prison, she was like 23, 24 maybe. The story was that she second degreed unalived her mother because of Munchausen by proxy, which is pretty much you pretend to be sick, pretend to be sick, whatever, but not by her choice. Supposedly her mom made her do that. Well, that was the story, but we'll get to that, okay? Her and Nicholas conspired to unalive Mommy Dee Dee. She met him on the internet on some type of vampire website. Sounds like some shit I would have looked at when I was a high schooler, you know? Like a vampire forum type deal. He came into town and helped her unalive Mommy Dee Dee while she supposedly hid in the bathroom. So regardless of anything, she was a co-conspirator to unalive her mother, right? Because she was supposedly a prisoner of Mommy Dee Dee. She had to pretend like she was a sick little girl. She claimed she did not know that she was 23 years old. Because of records being lost, she thought that she was like, I don't know how old she thought she was, but freaking a child's age, you know? A very sickly child. So old GypGyp does about 8 years in the clinker. Her story has been a survival story, you know? Everybody's like, oh, you go, girl, you know? We know you unalived your mom, but we understand. You've been a prisoner your whole life anyways. At least now you can be you. Years into imprisonment, for some reason, strange men decide to start mailing her. I guess they seen her show and was like, dang, girl, I'm sorry that happened. I can't imagine living through such horrible trauma. I also can't believe how beautiful those eyes are. So these dudes start reaching out to her, talking to her. She ends up marrying this guy right here. His name is Ryan. That's a good name. I like that name. But she marries him because, or after, she breaks up with this young man, Ken. So she had been married to Mr. Ryan for, I think, 2 years before she got out of prison. And they set up this whole TV show just for old GypGyp. Whole life after lockup for Gyp. They just go around documenting their life of how nice it is to be free after all those years of imprisonment and how happily married of a couple they were. And all that fire D she's gonna be. All while introducing you to Gypsy's family. This is the supposed, allegedly deadbeat dad. Wasn't there to protect her. Didn't know that his daughter was imprisoned by the mother and being abused. Some of the accusations are like chained up, made her go through surgeries like her salivary glands being cut out, all kinds of shit. And we'll get into that. That's the sister, and that's stepmama, Chrissy, I think. So the camera crews are coming to meet them, you know, that's the welcome balloon, spending time with them and Ryan, and they don't care for Ryan too much, it seems. And the craziest shit ever, old Chrissy decides to put little seeds in Gypsy's head about how she's been talking to Mr. Ken. Ken, the guy that broke up with her before she married Ryan, right? So during the whole first couple episodes, this lady is telling her newly free daughter, her 2 years of marriage, newly free daughter. She's not newly married. She's just getting out to see him, though. Telling this girl who has been manipulated her entire life and told to do, never really getting to make her own choices, except for in prison, which you really don't get to make much choices in prison. Saying that she should talk to Ken, and he only broke up with you because he said if he loved her, he should let her go. He loved her that much that he couldn't be with her while she was in prison. Well, GypGyp's out of prison, and they're still doing recordings of her and her husband, because they're still married. And the whole time, in the meantime, between time, the mom's putting all that in her head, right? So they're constantly, her and her man's Ryan are fighting. She will not give this dude a chance. She is lying about talking to Mr. Ken, hiding it, talking to the dude the whole time, it was premeditated cheating. So, she moves out of his house. That's right, she had her own house that she could live in. He got her a puppy, too. It was pretty. And then she has to move in with the family, you feel me? Because she can't just go live wherever the hell she wants. She's on parole. She did help murder her own mommy. So, anyways, they realize that Ken and Gypsy are meant to be, and they're all over TV together. His D is fired, and then Dad sits down Ken and says, "Look, this girl, she want a baby. You ain't gonna give her a baby yet. Y'all just got together. She's still married." Next thing you know, they're getting matching tattoos, and then she's pregnant. So, okay, here's the crazy part to me. Okay, so this guy, he's still in prison, like I said. He's doing the whole shebang for murdering her mama. Well, this dude is severely autistic. You might be able to tell by looking at him. Her story was that she went and hid while he did the whole thing. This dude has like the lowest IQ possible, I think. Not really the lowest, but he's you tell him there's gold underneath the rainbow, he's probably going to go try and follow that rainbow. So while she's out living her best life on TV, I didn't get a picture of it, but her getting to meet Kim Kardashian and shit, there's rumors coming out that she may be getting in trouble with parole because she's reaching out to other felons and other inmates, for her story. She's doing TikToks and lives with other inmates. She starts trying to talk to her old boyfriend's uncle. So she does get in trouble for that, because you can't do that. You can't talk to people, like that. You're not allowed to. So this dude is still in prison for being convinced to unalive old GypGyp's mama. This is the house, by the way. That's the house. That's the crime scene. So now remember, GypGyp was an adult. She knew that she was an adult. Come to find out, even the family knew that she was an adult. And they knew that most of those surgeries were actually needed. Those surgeries were not forced on her. It was just released that the surgeries that she had, like the salivary glands, all kinds of stuff, is because of a chromosomal disease little Miss GypGyp has. They had to be done. She wasn't forced into surgeries or nothing. They just lied about her age so she'd get trips to Disney World and this. Now, I might get in trouble for this. I'm not sure. Like I said, GypGyp was really in on it. GypGyp liked the family. Come to find out, the mom, from the mom's side of the family, the mom was afraid of GypGyp. She had apparently attacked her a couple times. I think they even called the police on GypGyp. Here's a little bit of crime scene photos. How much blood? She got stabbed 17. I don't think an autistic boy like that would be malicious enough to do something like this, But a mastermind liar, I do feel like, because she's still lying her way to the top. That's all I'm saying.